Hey friends, welcome. Today we have Denisse Icaza, a sweet friend of mine that she's a beautiful mother of 8 children and she's a homeschool mother as well as a doula. So today I have the joy of having you here, Denisse, which your friendship has been such a blessing to me. And I'm so excited for us to have a little chat on family, faith, and simple living, which is kind of what our podcast mostly focuses on. And well, I don't know, Denisse, tell me a little bit, tell us about your family. Um, I don't know, tell us of the joys and the challenges you have, everything that you could share a little bit.
Well, thank you for having me here. I'm honored to have been invited. I'm a mom of 8. My oldest is almost 19. My youngest is 4 months old. 4 girls, 4 boys. What else? I don't know. It's pretty joyful. It is pretty joyful. Challenging too. There's a lot going on all the time.
All the time.
And then we wake up really early with the little ones and go to bed really late with the older ones. And we're just doing things all the time. I don't know what else.
It's a busy life.
It's busy.
Yes.
Busy. Yeah, because you try to do things for the little ones and things for the older ones, and it's just...
Yeah,
But
and
it's
when
fun.
you think of like a family of 8, that's like a large family for like, the usual, right? And I want you to tell me a little bit like what are the joyful things, because I think like that's so beautiful, saying yes to life and open to that a large family. Like, what would you tell like other mothers? What are those joyful things that you experience with your family?
A lot of things that bring me joy is just to see them together. My oldest, 2, 3, going to the gym together, just doing life together. And they're like, when my oldest is at college, just talking on the phone and telling each other, about their day, just their relationships. And then
Yes.
see my older 2, 3, or 4 just loving on the baby and just taking a break from schoolwork and just hugging the 2-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
They say like she's their emotional support baby, and they hug her, and then they go back to doing whatever they were doing. So it's just really sweet. There's a lot of joy. There's a lot of joy, and then just the relationship.
The relationships
Yeah.
are the most beautiful
Yeah.
part. I think I've experienced that as well now as a mom of 5 recently.
It's a big family too.
I'm catching up. But what I find beautiful is how all the kids have welcomed. Like, obviously, like, you have to be careful because you don't want them to hurt the baby. But what I find beautiful is how they all, like, want to be with her, kiss her, or they want to protect her too, some of them. So I really have enjoyed, and as the kids are getting bigger, like you said, the older two, or some of them, you can see the relationship that they're starting to form with each other, or their special games that they play just between each one of them. So I do get to experience that as well. I like that. And also there's challenges, right? So yeah, it's not like it's all beautiful. It's probably hard. Also, there's long days, I'm guessing, right? But I feel like, does that go with like faith for you a little bit? Where does faith come in for you in a large family?
I guess with the challenges, it's kind of hard to give up whatever you want to do, to hold a baby for a minute, or to have to clean something up, like a mess that you didn't make sometimes. And then I think it ties with the faith a lot, because it just helps you be more used to making sacrifices and like being outside of yourself. And then I guess just remembering that, just like life is precious and just appreciating their little lives, of their little siblings. So I don't know. It just, yeah. And then having a large family helps me along with my faith, just because you're like being watched all the time, and you kind of try to just like be the best you can be for God, and you can't just appear to be, because they notice everything, and they copy me, So if I'm telling them we should be praying more, and then they don't know if I'm praying or not, or they don't notice it, they're not gonna do it. So it's just, it has helped me.
That's the challenging part.
To keep myself accountable, yeah. To keep myself accountable, just because I know they're watching, yeah.
Yeah, that has been the hardest part for me lately. And I think it's aligning with my faith, because I've been feeling lately like it's really messy sometimes, and so it's like joyful, but then it's messy because and then I'm like the real me, or when I'm tired, comes out, or things that I didn't know about myself, and then I'm like, wow, like I have so much more to work to do. I realize, like, and then that's where I'm like, okay, I have to go to God, because I like only He can fill like my motherly tank.
Yeah.
In order to be patient. So I'm asking my kids to be patient with each other, and then like I'm becoming this impatient person. Yeah. So like you said, that's the biggest challenge lately that I've been facing, patience. And I think that's where my faith, like in the large family area comes in. I'm like, God, you're in control.
Yeah, it's really hard, but I like what you said about the motherly tank, because it's true. Like, you have to find a way to fill it with God. God's own, like it has a. I've heard the phrase that our souls have a God-shaped hole in it, so only God can fill it. So I have this little reminder for myself. It's the Saint Augustine. Yeah, my husband gave it to me, because he said, because God has made us for Himself, our hearts are restless until they rest in Him.
Yes.
So it's like, yeah, that's the only place we can find our rest. It really is. And talking about the kids watching us all the time, I don't remember who said it. I don't know if it was Sarah Mackenzie or this other lady that used to watch.
Yeah. And for those who don't know, Sarah Mackenzie's like homeschool Catholic mom queen. If you need rest, if you need to search for rest.
Yeah. Somebody said that they are the holy. Have you heard it? The children are the holy
ground.
No, the the whatever, like a sandpaper, holy sandpaper. They're like refining you.
Yes.
Yeah, when you're homeschooling, your children are the holy sandpaper, something like that. And I love to think about it. I'm like, yes, it's true.
Yeah, like it's like the intention that we have is because we want to nurture their souls, right? And teach them to seek heaven and God's love and everything. But if you really see it, it's like we're the one that are being like worked a lot. Like God's actually turns out working in us, right? Because we're like, we can't do it without Him. We have to seek Him consistently every morning. Or if we didn't, then things just start to go off.
Yeah, we're kind of ending up realizing that He's just leading us. I think you said it one time, that He's kind of leading us to heaven through our kids, like through having them. We are being led to,
And then lately, when I look at the cross, like that I have in my living room, I'm like, Jesus, like you suffered for us. Like, it's a more of sacrificial love. Like, you can offer it to God, like the time that you're spending, the hard days, and for your children and your family. Like, it's an opportunity. And then I also look at Mary, and sometimes I think, like, that's probably what Mary was doing. She was just with Jesus, doing whatever simple things
She's
at
such
home.
a good example. Yeah, she's such a good example to follow. And I really need to be more like her, but I just keep trying.
No, but I think it's beautiful
model,
because even though obviously she's up there, but as homeschool mothers, like, I think we can relate with her a lot in that sense of homeschooling because Jesus didn't go out and do his missions until he was like older. So what was he doing the other years at home with his mom doing, like, some, who knows? It's the mystery because there's not a lot of information, but I would think like doing carpenting with his dad, and
also come back to eat and so just
meals at home. Who knows?
Yeah, I just try to think,
what would they bake together? Sourdough.
Maybe. I try to think of her and I say, maybe she had it all ready for them when they came back from working. So maybe I should have everything ready. I try to.
Well, Denisse, that was the question I had for you, faith, and then also, if you could tell us a little bit about, your homeschool journey, and maybe how long ago have you been a homeschool mother? And
we started homeschooling in 2016, so it's almost 10 years, I guess. My oldest finished 4th grade, and we pulled her out. And my youngest, I said my youngest? My oldest, my oldest. My oldest finished 4th grade. We pulled her out of school. My second finished 1st grade in school. And then we started homeschooling. And then we already had the 5-year-old and the 2-year-old. We didn't have the last 4 yet, and we started homeschooling, and we just we joined a classical co-op, which we loved, and we found the classical style of education, and we loved it, and it's been great for us just because it like forms a person while they're learning like history, they're doing literature at the same time, they're learning virtues, they're learning
virtue while they're also learning subjects, right?
Right. So that's why I like it.
Is classical education common? It's not common yet in like a lot of Catholic schools anymore.
Some of them
not all
have
the
classical curriculum. There's some charter schools that have a classical curriculum too. So I think it's coming up. It's coming back. But it's just we don't do it
homeschooling
perfectly.
Is the beauty of like being able to do a little bit of that and other things, or to that child's needs, or
right. Some kids, let's say they're not very very much into literature, so you kind of supplement with other things, but yeah, it's just having that as a main, like a core, where I get the books from, or where what kind of things I wanted to end up doing. But it's been good. It's been really good for us, and it has ended up working for all of them up to now. I don't know. And then we had the other 4, the little ones. But yeah, it's just like homeschooling is amazing when you have a little one and then they start reading, and you know that you're the one that kind of helped them.
That's a special feeling.
It's a special feeling, and then they end up, for at least my kids, they end up like kind of learning by themselves. You teach them, but they end up discovering it by themselves, and it's just amazing just to watch, just to be there to watch, because I think that's what it is.
Yeah, my oldest daughter has been now reading like maybe like since 2 years now.
Uh-huh.
And I've been enjoying watching her like explore books and, now read her little chapter books. And that is a good feeling. It's like, okay, we're doing something right.
Yeah.
But I love that I can, like you said, that I can choose the books and be more aware of what characters are in the stories, the morals, the messages of the stories. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, no, and those books shape them. Those books shape them. I know from just seeing my oldest, and well, my oldest two, they're already 16 and almost 19. So I kind of get a little view of what the homeschooling did for them, and it's been really good to see. Especially because you know that a lot of the things that it's from the books they read. So it's just special. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I love that you mentioned your oldest because I know that she's going to Ave Maria, and it's a very beautiful and well-known Catholic college, right?
Yeah, it's been a big blessing. We weren't expecting it. She really wanted to, but so it's been awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been good. It's been good.
Yeah. So that's a beautiful testimony for mothers to be calm and know that their children can go to college if they homeschool. Because I know that's like one of the things that if you're not in the homeschool world, you might worry, is my child going to go to college? But you can stay calm that your child will go to college.
Right, they'll be prepared to whatever they need to do, because even if they don't want to go to college, they do trade school, or they have their own business, or whatever they end up doing, they'll be prepared, because it just prepares them for life.
Yeah.
Because not all of them are built like for this thing or the other, but the nice thing about homeschooling is like you get to know your kids, and I guess to
direct
support them and
in what way,
what they want to do, and
yeah, that's beautiful. And Denisse, actually it's funny because I was gonna ask you like if you had a quote or Bible verse you wanted to share, but you shared St. Augustine's one.
Yeah.
Is there a certain saint or story that inspires you in this journey you're on right now, like that you're holding on to?
Well, actually,
to keep you going.
Our Lady has I guess fall in love with. You get to meet her. You get to meet her and then just like love her. So it's been gradual, and sometimes it's Our Lady of Guadalupe with Am I Not Here? Who Are Your Mother? But Our Lady of Mount Carmel is really special to me too. But yeah, I just I guess Our Lady. I'm just trying to learn to be more. I want to be more like her. I do. But
I've been kind of working on that also. Like, I've been asking like the grace of like being more silent, because sometimes you don't control your tongue when you're upset or tired. And I think in the family world, in the family life at home, it's so important to kind of be careful with your tongue on what you say to your children, what you say to your husband when you're tired. So I've been experiencing that in the family life. Okay, like, Mary, give me your graces to have your qualities and be gentle again. So that's kind of what I've been working out with Mary.
Oh, she's so good because she takes care of us. Like, she's a mother, and that's the thing with her. It's like I know that she, and if I ask for her help, she'll take care of me or whatever I need. So I just need to remember. Like sometimes we forget.
Yeah, we do forget.
Oh, mother, Mama, help me. I need help, and she'll come to our aid.
Yeah,
and that's
Or I think also something that I've been reflecting on that I want to start doing again is at least once a week spending at least some time in the chapel with Jesus, because I realize, like, when I finally go, how needy I am of it.
That's true.
I'm like, why does it take me so long to get here?
I have perpetual
Or make the
adoration.
effort, even if it's 10 minutes, you know? But then when I'm there, I'm like, this is why I'm struggling as a mom. Because it's as hard as it is to spend time with Jesus, when you spend it, you realize I needed this to fill my mother cup, you know, and go back and be a more gentle mother, have more patience.
It's just so hard, because I know sometimes it's like hard to leave the house and go, but then like you say, when you go, it just,
you're like,
you needed this.
Yes.
Yeah, I really want to make it to
a habit.
Yeah, just going. And also to just go a little. I can't go to daily mass, but I just want to go maybe once a week or twice. But we'll see.
Yeah, that's the topic between Catholic moms that are like just with the season, the hard season. Oh, I feel like I'm not going to daily mass or how I used to pray, but I think that's where God gives us the grace, like anything we can squeeze in, like if it's like just one Our Father or one Hail Mary, or going for 10 minutes to the chapel, you know.
Yeah, because it's really hard to leave the house when you have a little baby. But then I guess if we can't make it to adoration, just like sometimes what I'm able to do is just like kneel right next to my bed when nobody's there, and then I don't do it often. Like I just don't do it often. I'm like, when I do it and I say, oh, I can just do this. It's just so easy, and I feel so much better after. And we just let it go. You know, we just don't do it. Like I should. But yeah, it helps a lot. Just
that's true. I
have to leave the house. Yeah.
The Divine Mercy image in my room, in our bedroom, and we have like a little pillow on the floor. So, you know, whenever we feel the need to pray, or in the morning, but sometimes in the morning, like the kids are up and this, so we don't do it, or we forget. We try to make it a habit, but in this season, if you forget to do it or you stop. But last night, or 2 nights, or the night before, I was with our newborn baby, and I was like, oh, I haven't had time to pray or anything. I'm feeling tired and sleepy. And then I see the Jesus frame, and I just say, you know, Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. Jesus, I trust in you. That's all I could say. And I'm like, okay, I think that's enough. You know, that's all I could say, because I'm so tired.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
And then I feel like, okay, I hope God does something with that.
I have a friend. She's so good. I love her. She told me that she would offer like prayers. She would pray when she was nursing her baby at night, because it was just the only quiet time that she would get. So like in the middle of the night, that's when she would pray, nursing the baby. So I kind of remember that, and then that's when I get to do that I tell you that I get to kneel and just pray for a little bit. It's usually in the middle of the night when I remember. So it's usually like at 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. I just should do it during the day. It would be so helpful to just, you know, just recollect yourself and just come out again.
True.
Just it should.
So you don't come out like yelling and stuff.
That's me. That's me. Yeah, I should. Yeah. Thank you. This is good. This is good. Yeah. This is good.
I'm talking about myself. Everyone's like,
weekly. Yeah, and I'm talking to myself. Yes, I should do that.
But yeah. And well, before we close up, I know you're recently doula. So what like inspired you to have that calling of doula? That's such a beautiful gift, to like be there for someone, and such a big moment of their life. I love something that you shared with me, that you said when I was gonna have my 5th baby, you were like, it's gonna be one of the 5th best days of your life. And I love the thought of that. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna worry this is going to be the 5th best day of my life, you know? So, and I love that. That was beautiful. So, like, I had that stuck in my head. So I was like, wow, yeah, every day, every time our baby's born, it's so special. So I don't know how you see, like, what made you feel like, what called you to that?
Yeah, I always tell my kids that the best days of my life are the days that they were born. So I have like, well, I also have a lot of best days of my life with my husband, of course, like when we get married or when I met him, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But I have the 8 best days of my life is when they were born.
Mm-hmm.
So I just like every mom to feel that to have like the best experience they could have, to feel like that was the best day of their lives, because some things sometimes happen, so sometimes it's not maybe the way they imagine it, but it's still gonna be the best day of their lives because they're gonna have their baby. But yeah, I just it's something I have just loved since I was a little girl. Just babies and moms and just it's just motherhood. I just love motherhood.
Yeah.
And it's just such a gift. It's such a special day. I don't know. It's just,
yeah, I guess it's like beautiful because it's a way you can give back to and help a mother experience that same feeling, right?
Yeah, just to be able to experience that joy, know, and just making sure that everything is the best way it can be, like for a mom, I guess.
Helping her in her needs. Yeah, that's beautiful. Oh. Well, I hope that you can help many moms experience that, because maybe if we were more encouraging as mothers and sharing about life and the gift that it is, maybe more mothers would, or marriages would be excited to be like having more children, not like afraid or the fear of it, but encouraging.
Right. Yeah.
Not more like, usually you go to other mothers talking in groups and they're like, oh my God, no, I can't have any more. It's just, I'm so tired. And yeah, we're tired. And with all respect, right? Like it is hard work and it's not everyone calling to have more children. But I think it's also beautiful to encourage it, and be
just to be open
and
to
be
God's
open to it
will.
if God is maybe calling it,
Right, right. Yeah, just to be open to God's will and to what God wants in your life.
If God wants that or aligns it for you, to be able to have more children. All right, Denisse. Well, thank you so much for being here with me. I had fun. I hope you had fun.
I did.
I think we moms, it's fun to just talk about our crazy stuff.
I just wish I could do it often. Talk. Yeah, I just
and
have
reflect.
To find more stuff. Yeah, about yourself.
Yeah, but thank you for coming, and God bless you and your family. And we'll see you guys soon again on our next video. Take care, guys.